Hello, everybody. I could probably take my headphones off since I'm not using them right now. Oh boy, it has been a long week. It has been a long few weeks. Trying to get through stuff. I'm gonna yawn the whole way. I am so tired. Wow. So, let's see. What do we have? So this was the way. Hold on, let me make sure that I can actually, like. Hold on. Professional, right? Professional what? I have no clue. Anyway, so last week we talked about giving yourself grace, and I completely messed it up this week. I am exhausted. Granted, it's not as bad as this. This was a mess. It's not as bad as this, but it's been an emotional roller coaster of I can get stuff done yet other stuff doesn't get done. There's a whole bunch. Me being a part-timer versus non-part-timers, the weight that I pull as a part-timer versus the weight that others pull as management is yeah, it's tricky. Anyway, while I know that she doesn't watch it, I just it's annoying. So I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna start this how I usually do, by making sure that, put in kids' time. And as usual, I follow up by, actually putting in my stuff later. Just right now I don't, because I don't need people seeing when I work. Even though my work is pretty consistent, but yeah. So let's talk about this. So I was working in the other store, so I bounced back and forth between the store that I'm in and another store, because all of framing really needs help right now. The dog made a weird noise. Anyway, all of framing really needs help right now. Everywhere close to us in the general Austin vicinity really needs help, and I don't want to travel all the way past, into downtown Austin to do that at all. But so I've been going between my main store and the other store that's 16 miles away, and their framer quit. Like, the framing manager just up and quit. And which is good, because I wasn't told really good things about her. Now, the time that I interacted with her was just fine. I actually I did quite well with her. I didn't have a problem with her. So I can see where there would be a problem, because I can tell you right now that me as I'm gonna go out and say it, I'm a two-faced individual. I can easily understand people's issues with things. I don't. What is today? Ooh. So I have my schedule written on the wall that's right here. Yeah. So I guess that we'll just put this stuff up here. I'm gonna do something a little different. So while there are times for things, I'd like to also do kind of a list, I guess. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I don't have ADD. So while I was talking to this girl, and it's the usual stuff of, not being treated well, and just bad work environment, and doesn't like it there. And it's like, okay, cool, you lasted 4 months, bless you for trying, and that's the thing, is that if you're gonna try something, then try it for at least 3 months, and if you still don't like it, then move on if you can. So anyway, I didn't get asked, because of the way that the world works right now. She didn't want to ask and then need help at the store that I'm at right now, and she didn't want to feel like I was being taken away. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, but whatever works for you guys, whatever. So yeah, it's like, okay, cool. So she had said that she had one person in mind, and that person didn't even come in, which was fine, because apparently, from what I've been told, that person was a manager in another store, like a framing manager or some sort of management something. So, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if they didn't come in, and here's the thing. This was the store that I was at before, where, here's the fun part, the manager that I am under right now, she had left to go back to where we are right now, and I was being, my full-time non-management was being taken away from that store. And I took it personally. It took me some time to realize that I took it personally. And it is what it is. It sucks. And I didn't want to. I realized later that was my issue, was that I took it personally, and I shouldn't have. Do I want to put those on there? I'm not sure how I feel about that. Hold on. Yeah, that'll work. So anyway, yeah, because I took it personally, I quit whenever March 19th. I had quit. I put in, it was like a month ahead of time, and I had told them that I wasn't gonna do it anymore, because why would I do that? You obviously, you don't want me there. It is very hard. It was hard for them to, at that point, pay me what I was getting paid as a full-timer, and I understood that. But yeah, it sucked. So I took it personally. I left. I did admin for 3 months. I hated it. So, what is that day? The 15th? Yeah, we're just gonna do this anyway. Yeah, I tried it. I hated it. So, I am much happier where I'm at. And now that the framing manager is gone, suddenly the standard operating procedures are being shoved down my throat by my store manager, and that means that I have to open up my availability. I get that with management, but you're telling me that, so as a woman, I get it. I get the management thing, but as a woman, it kind of pisses me off, because it's like, guys, you told me, and society, we'll go with you as society, told me that I have to get married, I have to have a child, I have to, have a dog or a cat, some sort of animal. I have to, the relationship that I'm in, you have to get married, have a baby, have a family, and God forbid if the woman also wants to have a career. Now, I've seen this happen with people in my family, where they want to have it all, and then the children get neglected, and I don't want to be like that at all. So because of that, and of course that person makes a whole lot more money, and she kind of had to for the lifestyle that she's living. That's fine. It sucks. I, you know, and childcare is so expensive, and with plague they cut it back. So the place that I used to take Ember, stayed like on Saturdays they stayed open until 10. I had to go a little bit farther away, but at least that one was open on Sundays, and now they're not, because God forbid that anybody works. I was watching or listening to, rather, because it was his podcast. I was listening to Mike Rowe, and he had said that the reason why nobody's working right now is because there aren't any consequences, you know. And I get the whole, like, I get the quiet quitting thing. If you're only going to work this amount of time, but they want you for this amount of time, you know. Do I want anything else? I really like these. These are pretty. But yeah, I want what I want. I should have taken it in March. 6 months ago. I should have taken it 6 months ago, and I didn't. And I will fully admit that I'm an idiot for it. Because I was doing everything that a manager was doing. I just took it personally, and I was told that the store manager that was coming in wasn't a nice person, and she's okay. I mean, she's two-faced like I am, so I get it. I totally understand why people wouldn't like her, but I want a promotion. I'm 35 and I'm working a part-time job. I am not really scrambling, but I am asking for full-time hours. I got hella overtime last week. Oh my god. There's so much overtime because I worked every day. So, and even last week, the 4th through the 10th, and I'm looking on the calendar, but the 4th through the 10th, I only had one day off. So I'm getting overtime for that too. This week coming up, I had to take tomorrow off, which is the 11th. We had some friend stuff happen, and my husband had to go back home, had to go back to Michigan. He had to say goodbye to a friend because the guy only has a couple of weeks to live. It really sucks whenever basically he has cancer, and it's something that has affected our lives a lot. My stepdad had it and died a couple of years ago. My sister, my stepsister, but my sister had cancer as well, and she got it all taken care of and removed and everything, and it's like, it's a thing that we have to deal with. But I don't want my 8-year-old around it at the moment. That's not something that she needs to be out of school for. I would have had to take care of the dog. There was a lot of things that needed that couldn't have happened, so I didn't go. And I know that the guy is just fine with it. He totally understands. So it's just one of the things, though, that bugs me. Okay. Let's see. So what I wanted on here, I think that I'm gonna put another one of these down here for like the idea, if I can find those again. Maybe there are some that are in here. That would be nice. So I have a question for you people who do the whole zodiac thing. So I have a friend who was born, God, these don't do anything. Okay, so I've got a friend that was born August 3rd. So he is a Leo, but doesn't act like a Leo. He acts very much like a Cancer. Sorry. So a Cancer, I think, is something that absolutely invades and takes over and is a complete, absolute nuisance. And that was why I laughed. Because, yes, he does. Anyway, but I have a friend who acts like Cancer, and where are my lists? Holy crap. Anyway, so that was the whole thing, was that, is that possible? Is that a thing? I don't know, like, the sun and moon sign of, because I don't care that much. But it's just one of those things where, is that a thing where you can be that far into one zodiac sign, but you act like a different one? Is that a thing? Can that be a thing? Because the way that just wanted to know if that was possible, I guess. Okay, that kind of works. I need to print that out, and it's actually part of the ambassador thing, is that we print out some stuff from the free printables. There is, if you ever want to test this out, this stuff, there are free printables. If you were thinking about buying them, then they have a thing that you can print out that is like small, medium, and large, so you can see how this would fit for you. There's a lot of things. I actually would like to go through it at some point. Anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I really messed that up. So glad that that comes off like that. Okay, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because I honestly don't know, like, I know the days that I'm working. I don't know the days that I'm working. I don't know if I'm going to be working any extra days. So the thought is, ruh-roh. Stay. The thought is that, so I have the work to do list on here, and these are how many frames that I do. So you've seen it before in one of these where I actually put down the amount of frames that I do. And I really haven't been keeping track because while I care, I don't care. But I care. So I did here. And it's just the things that I would like to keep track of, because to be completely honest, right now, okay, so I'll give you an example. I had 3 days off from from my home store, and the 8th and the 9th I worked at the other store. But either way, I had 3 days away from my home store. Let's go this way so that you can see. So I had 1, 2, 3 days away from my home store. That means that on the 6th, I did as much production as I could. It was 14 pieces, I think, 13, 14 pieces that I did. And then I came back today and I had stuff that was due for tomorrow, and we are not supposed to do that. So is my boss gonna have, is my store manager gonna have a talk with my framing manager? I don't know. Is it gonna sink in? I don't know. Is it a bit ridiculous? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Absolutely atrocious. It is what it is. You know, they see the amount of work that I do. Anyway, so I had another thought. So this, let me see what time that we're at, because I'm probably gonna have to stop it and then restart it so that what happened last week doesn't happen again. Okay, we're at almost 20 minutes. But yeah, this is one of the new one of the new stamp sets from Lawn Fawn that came out for their fall winter release. There's so many of them on there. I will link the everything below so that you guys can see what was going on. and their website and their YouTube, so you can see all of these. This year, or this for this release, I had a couple of things that went off. That were a little bit off. I had gotten one that I didn't order. I am missing one that I ordered. So yeah. I had wrote them an email. They are really good. A lot of times you get people that will comment and say that, you know, they lost this, or that one of their dies had broke or something like that, and they send them the stuff. It's great. But anyway, my thought, I don't know how I want to use this, but I want to use this, and then during the week, I didn't write anything for yesterday, but for the week, I put something on here every week that deals with the mice and the apples. So I'm going to kind of pause this for a second, get everything else situated, and then I will be back to do the thing. I think that's how that's going to go. So I can get everything all figured out, and then I'm going to speed it up, so we'll be fine. Okay. Also, pausing it really helped to ensure that I know where to speed things up and everything like that. So, the downside is that I only have 36 minutes, so I might stamp them and then color them and then have you see them. We'll see how it goes. Either way, new stamp set. Where the hell is my ink? Alright, so I kind of like completely misstamped on here. That's the problem of it lays flat, but not really. So the idea, and I didn't do all of the weeks or all of the days, the idea is that this guy is like trying to pick apples. The cat comes and, you know, helps him pick the apples and everything, and then they share some cider and some apples and whatnot. And then the cat gets the great idea to do candy apples, and that's what they're doing. I'm not sure for the rest of the 3 days. Yeah. I kind of ran out of brain power after that. I had a storyline going. So also my thought is that even though it's up here, I'm also going to color it in, and then I will put it on Instagram. We'll see how far that goes. It's a thought. But yeah. I used a whole lot of stamps. But I'm not really sure what to put for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we'll see how it goes. I think that the cats and the mice are gonna have more party. Maybe invite the ducks or whatnot. But that's the joke is while the cat's away, the mice will play while the cats and the mice are actually playing together, because they both like apples and fall stuff. I actually don't use a whole lot of fall things. I don't really make Halloween cards. I barely make Christmas cards, but we're not going to talk about that. So anyway, that's what I have so far. Hopefully I will color this in. I'll start to do more stuff on Instagram. I say that and then I fail miserably. So we'll see how it goes. Either way, I hope you had fun. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. You don't have to if you don't want to. It helps the algorithm. It makes me a happier human. I like seeing, numbers. Yeah. Thank you guys. If you want to get 10% off of your Happy Planner stuff, please feel free to follow the link down below. Make sure to use my code. They have sales going up every time, every few weeks, so just make sure to check back if you don't like the sale, because there'll always be something else coming up. Anyway, that's really it, because I'm not really sure what else to put. My brain is fried. So anyway, I hope you guys have a nice day, and I will see you next week.